Live from the Max Stern Athletic Center of Yeshiva University, it's the Red Sarachek Tournament on MaxLive.com.
Now Levine will kick it back out to Brody. Leifer will try a three now. He got it. Gabe Leifer.
Owen, spin. Owen, little pump. Yes!
Look, clock is running. 3 seconds to go. He'll shoot it all the way down. Oh, no way!
Jake. Isaac dribbles it out. Sassoon! A top three! Are you kidding me?
Waxman now, as time drains down, shoots a long three. And it's good!
Maimonides MCAT from Boston against the Kohelet Kings from Philly. Boston, Philly, two high echelon basketball cities. Lobster and cheesecake going at it today. Maimonides has been a strong team this year. They've gone 9-5 against a tough bunch, mostly non-Jewish competition in Boston. Kohelet has struggled a little more, Shelley.
Yeah, for Kohelet Kings, it's been a tale of two seasons. They started off with a new offense, instituting a difficult motion offense that took a little while for the team to get used to. But in the last 3 weeks, we've seen a new Kohelet Kings, a Kohelet Kings that has accrued all of their victories of the season. And the question we have today is which Kohelet Kings will show up.
Absolutely, and for Maimonides MCAT, the Gothenburger keys to the game will be whether Josh Weiss will be able to score and how Kohelet will try to attack him.
Here's Maimonides. This is the other sheet for Maimonides.
Okay.
You have one of Maimonides, I'll get the other.
All right, great. Welcome to the first day of the Tier 2 qualifiers. Both teams are battling to see who will be able to enter the Tier 2. Maimonides, though, definitely the favorite. Right, Shelley?
Absolutely. As I said in the intro, the Kohelet Kings have really picked it up recently. They're going to try to translate their last 3 weeks of success into today's tournament. They're very excited to see how this newly developed motion offense translates into a real difficult tournament.
Absolutely. And Maimonides, they just came off a playoff loss. They're looking to turn things around right now. And the opening thing hit back and taken here by Judah Esses of Kohelet. Kohelet swinging it around. They like to play their motion offense. They're willing to be patient. They want to test out this Maimo defense early. Moving across was Esses over to Ian Schwartz, who's their point guard and their leading scorer with about 7 a game, according to the coaches. Kick it out to the wing where Josh Cohen thinks about it, now takes it, and that's a bad miss, but rebounded and will stay their way. Judah Esses with the offensive rebound there. Nice aggressiveness from Esses.
And I think, Nathan, one of the keys for Kohelet is whether they'll be able to win on the offensive rebounding.
And it's passed out here to Cohen. Back out to Esses on the right wing. He's called there. Steps. Good movement there from Kohelet, just not the finish they want. Oh, there's now a shot clock for this game that went off, and they're called for that there. New addition to the tournament.
You know, a couple years ago, they had the tournament where in the championship game, one of the teams spent one of the entire overtimes with the ball utilizing the no shot clock, so they've changed that this year.
Good point, Shelley, and Maimonides shot that around. They're an outside shooting team. That one too strong. Esses bringing it up slowly, now pushing it down to Nicknam where it's stolen back right away. Good defense there by Maimo. Not what Kohelet coaches are looking for. And Maimo being patient. They've got a new offensive system there. Ooh, not patient enough though. Tried to swing that ball into the cutter. And Josh Cohen with a nice play to knock that away.
You know, Nate, it's the first day of the tournament. You expect to see a little sloppiness to start. People are a little maybe jet-lagged, a little nervous, a little tired. Let's see how the game goes when it continues to wear off.
Yeah, absolutely, Shelley. Good point. A little nerves also here. As Kohelet swinging around. Nice cutting move, but it's lost by Ian Schwartz. He drove the middle there, and Maimo collapsed. It was a sea of white jerseys.
Look, their length is one of their big strengths on this team from Maimo.
Absolutely, yeah. Kohelet, a much smaller team than Maimo, and let's see how that plays out today. Maimo moving the ball around patiently here. They're looking to get it into the post to Weiss.
Dangerous pass there.
He's their best scorer. Now they try to pass in the high post. He attacks the middle, gets a clean look at it, but not able to finish. A little too strong. Both teams a little too strong here, not quite in sorts. Kohelet passing around, taking a long three, but that was a little more challenge. That may not be the shot the coaches are looking for. Maimo now pushing it, going back to their roots. And a nice finish there by Jake Kozowski.
It's a beautiful pass by Josh Weiss, but he comes up limping. You have to be a little nervous if you're a fan of Maimo.
Absolutely. Let's see if that's just an ankle he can walk right off. Passing along Benjanimi, their small forward. Passing inside, and nice finish there by Levi Nicknam. He's their center. That's his game. They want him around the basket, able to catch and shoot right near the basket. Use his height. He's their tallest player. They want to leverage that. Again inside to Weiss, and again a miss.
If you're the coach of Maimo, that's a good shot for Josh Weiss. They always like to talk about how he works within the organic nature of the offense. That was a good example.
Absolutely. Just want a different finish, but those will come. We got plenty of time here. Kicking it out. Ooh, able to stop himself from traveling is Ian Schwartz. Swinging outside to Benjanimi. Back out to Schwartz at the top of the key, who launches one and stays on the front of the rim and then falls back. Weiss is pushing it now. Maimo back to their pushing ways, and there they go. Great finish there again by Kozowski. Weiss to Kozowski. Let's see how many times we'll be saying that one tonight.
You know, speaking to Coach Katz before the game, assistant Coach Katz before the game, one of the things he talked about is preventing the transition offense.
Yeah, and that wasn't a good example. Again, Schwartz thinks about it. Now he kicks it back out. Kohelet, throwing around there. Judah Esses attacked the lane, a little wild on the shot, and it's 4-2 for the MCATs. Both teams a little sloppy early. Maimo's baskets have both been in transition. Now go back to Weiss, man on man in the post, and he'll take that all day long.
Man, Josh Weiss makes some buckets look just so easy out there.
Benjanimi there doesn't have the length really to match up. He's going to have to keep Weiss from being able to pin him so deep down low. Now Benjanimi passes it out to Josh Cohen, who fakes it, drives, and kicks. And that one rims all the way around, everywhere but in for Benjanimi. Weiss dribbling with it. It's Less's game, and he passes it off, cuts the basket, but not able to corral that pass from Charlie Kramer. They're big.
You know, Nate, I think one of the questions for Kohelet is where do you go when you're struggling? Who's going to be the player that steps up? Right now it's only a 6-2 game, but it's critical that they stop the bleeding right now.
Absolutely. You see, they've been able to move the ball reasonably effectively, but just not get great shots. Ian Schwartz has it at the top of the key. Shoots it over to Esses. Greenberg, their big guard. Passes that to Benjamini again, rimming out. Those aren't bad shots for Kohelet. They just need them to fall. Now Eitan Pomper, their steady freshman guard. He's a young guy, but he's shown some poise as a freshman in this varsity league. Again, nice pass in the middle to Weiss, who tries to send it down low to Jesselson, who is fouled. Eitan Jesselson off the bench, usually first player off the bench for the MCATs, will go to the line to shoot two.
Nathan, what do you think they have to do to stop Josh Weiss on the offensive glass and on the offensive passings?
Well, they got to pick him up earlier. That's a great question, Shelley, and they're going to have to pick him up earlier. They're letting him get too deep off the cuts. Benjamini and whoever else is going to be guarding him down there in this zone is going to not be able to allow him that big middle. They play a lot of 3-2 zone, and that gives Weiss a lot of room to exploit unless they use some tweaks to limit him. Ian Schwartz dribbling up, gives it up early. Nice attack there by Esses. Goes glass! And with 2.5 minutes left in the first, it's 8-4 Maimo.
It's an important bucket to get going again after a few straight baskets by Maimo.
Absolutely. And Kohelet tries to use the top of that 3-2 to really bother the ball handler, but Eitan Pompey, although he's a freshman, has shown poise. But Weiss that time, trying to find the back cutter, gets picked off. Now Kohelet in transition, and it didn't look pretty on that one.
Speaking to the assistant coach before the game, they talk about how important Nathan Greenberg is to this team. He's a gritty player, a hard worker, and he's in right now, number 30.
Absolutely good. A little bit of a wild shot there. And now Kohelet's able to pick it up and go back to their deliberate motion offense. Go here to Joey Benjamini, who gives it off. Nice little move there by Judah Esses off the ball. Tries to make up for it by bothering Weiss with the ball. He's not a great ball handler, but he is great inside, and he shows there.
What a dominant move by Weiss.
Again, they cannot let him get the ball in that restricted area.
What do you think they have to do to adjust, Nate?
Well, let's see if they shift up the way they play that zone defense or just tweak the 3-2 to have them pick him up a little earlier. And there he's called for steps, Nathan Greenberg. He plays a guard forward type, hybrid type of position, but he's a big guy, Nathan Greenberg. He's a little bit mini round mound of rebound. The Charles Barkley nickname of yore. But he's much more athletic than his size, and that will be important for Kohelet to be able to utilize today. Good aggressive defense there. I like the way they've been cutting off some of the passes, though, on defense, Shelley.
Absolutely. They've created some turnovers. Let's see what else they can do here.
A long shot there, a little too strong, a little too much to the left for Maimo. Donnie Berg, who's a good shooter, missed that one, but nice job there.
Again, they're keeping it
by
within
Ian
striking
Schwartz and keeping it 10-6. Nice passing there, but Kohelet trying to be a little more aggressive, not give up such easy buckets. Swung around there. Donnie Berg battled for it, lost it, but still picked up by Maimo, which is what they want. And good aggressive defense by Esses to knock it about.
And as the coach of Kohelet, you have to be a little worrisome that one of the smallest guys on the court for Maimo is getting the offensive rebounds.
Good point, Shelley. But if Kohelet, they don't mind small people getting rebounds. They just want it to be them. That was a long step by Kozowski. He was able to keep it in. Here's a young guy, Judah Kozowski, and the younger brother of Jake, and they think he's going to be a good one. Kicking it out, two-man top, and they try to get it to Weiss down low. Not a good entry pass, and a wild shot there from Donnie Berg. Right now, so at the end of one, it's Maimo 10, Kohelet 6. We'll be right back after these messages.
In Yeshiva University, I've been lucky to be on both the volleyball and the basketball teams. Being on the team has a huge effect on my academic life. The same way that I know I can push myself in athletics, I know I can push myself in academics. Going to shiurim at night instead of during the day, or going to them during the day when I've practiced at night, the Judaics is not compromised and the Jewish life is not compromised. We go to other schools and we're wearing our Yeshiva University Maccabees sweatshirt and we're playing for Yeshiva University. It feels amazing to know that we're representing this school. I can thrive academically, I can thrive in my Judaic life, and I can also be on the teams, and I can also be involved in the athletic life. You can do it all here at Yeshiva University.
Welcome back here to the second quarter of Maimonides versus Kohelet. We're 10-6 right now. You can send us feedback to feedback@maxlive.com. That's feedback@maxlive.com. Sponsored by Clipped Kippas. It's called the Clipped Kippa Inbox. Thanks to Clipped Kippas for sponsoring this tournament and that inbox. And we'll be right back. Shelley, what do you think? How do you think Kohelet's going to try to adjust? How do you think they're doing so far?
Well, their zone has brought them fortune and failure so far. They've managed to create some turnovers, but also sometimes Josh Weiss getting the ball too easy.
Yeah, good point there. And let's see if they stick with that. They are creating a lot of turnovers, a lot of deflections. When Weiss gets it down low, it's been mostly a short two. Greenberg at the top of the key, kicking it out. Tough shot there. Nice rebound by Charlie Kramer. And now Maimo is pushing. And Judah Kozowski, the young one, handles it, sends it back out to Eitan Pomper, another freshman, and a freshman combo, creating a first three-pointer of the day. Nice back cut there. Gives it to Greenberg at the top of the key. Gives it back out to Benjamini. Ooh, that was a little bit too tough of a pass right there. And it's picked off by the MCats. Eitan Jesselson in. He had stolen that one and brought the ball right back up the court. Kozowski to Weiss in the middle. Kicks it out to Kramer, who's fouled as he's attacking the lane from baseline. You know, we've got, this game is sponsored by many, including Booker Promotions and Cadet Marketing. Thanks so much for sponsoring this tournament and this game. Kozowski with it, a long three, and a little too far to the right. Greenberg not able to get it, but he's able to tap it over to his own man, Judah Estes. Nice behind-the-back dribble there.
A high IQ play by Greenberg. That's what he's in for.
Absolutely. They need to be cerebral to play this offense. They move the ball around here off the top. Benjamini looking, gives it over. Ooh. And a timeout there.
Interesting to call timeout early in the second quarter.
An interesting human interest story here. Ed Gelb, the veteran Maimo coach, is actually coached several other coaches, including the Kohelet coach, Rabbi Josh Friedman. So it's not a surprise if you see some similar styles between both teams.
It's not so different than Mike Krzyzewski versus Mike Bray, Duke versus Notre Dame basketball. A lot of time you see the great coaches, come out with many great assistants as well.
Yeah, producing his own product. But it'll be interesting. They played each other 2 years ago. They said they were even used the same names for some of their plays. So these two teams, they know each other pretty well.
That's the intrigue on the first day of the tournament.
And it's Kohelet inbounds it down 13-6. I think Friedman may have wanted to make sure they stick to the discipline of their motion offense. If they're down 7, he doesn't want it to go any further. 3 by Greenberg again, rims out. A lot of their shots haven't missed by much. They just need them to fall. Weiss, attack baseline, finds Kramer underneath. And a nice finish there by number 51.
Weiss just seems very comfortable on day one. He seems to know what he's doing with the ball, whether he's shooting or passing.
Greenberg there tried to feel comfortable, but that wasn't able to elevate there enough to get that ball over the long Maimo arms. Okay, let's see if Kohelet's able to use the outside shot more. According to our sideline reporters, that's what the coaches are telling them to do. And that one by Benjamini rims out again. A lot of rimming out here today, Shelley.
Yeah, you have to wonder. You have to feel bad for these guys. They get a few shots rolling, they'll get a little more confidence.
And they want to keep it before it gets too far. Maybe getting too far right now. 18-6 for Maimo. We see, and here Judah Esses bringing the ball up the court. Over to Benjamini, now attacking to Greenberg over the middle. And they've got an open look there for Esses, who tacks the lane. Nice job by the Maimo defense using active hands and closing off the lane. Oh, and a miscommunication there on offense between Greenberg and Benjamini.
Yeah, one of the things we spoke about earlier with the assistant coach Katz is this is a team offense type of system. And when it's a score like 18-6, who's going to step up? Which individual is going to step up and make the necessary plays to get this team back into the game?
That's a good point here. And right now it's been Maimo. Give it to Weiss again in the high post. They're guarding him a little higher up, but that opens up baseline for Charlie Kramer, and he finishes again. That's 2 in a row for him.
It just seems a little too easy for these twin towers down in the post, Josh Weiss.
And Charlie Kramer. Nice point, Shmuel. Here comes Maimo again after a missed 3. On that one. Yeah, so see, as each team now gets a chance to talk it over again. Kohelet, they called timeout when it was 13-6. Hasn't exactly gone their way.
Nathan, what do you think the coach is telling them right about now?
Well, I think if you're Kohelet, there's 2 things. A, some of it is keep up what you're doing. You're getting a lot of shots that are rimming out. you got to hope those will eventually fall. But number two is you've got to play with a little more urgency, a little more decisiveness. When they attack, Maimo's collapsing on them. They got to get quick threes and hit them quickly.
I think for Kohelet, the coach, first of all, should tell him on offense, look, shots are just missing by a little. Keep on shooting the open shots. Those are the shots you're going to get. On defense, it's critical that they somehow make it a little more difficult for Josh Weiss and Kramer to get those easy buckets.
Absolutely. No, and defensively, we saw early they were missing shots just like now, but their defense was a little bit tougher, and Weiss was not handling quite as well. Now he's fallen into a rhythm. It's getting a little tougher. Oh, Kohelet shifting to try to move out of the post. We haven't seen him do that today, but that didn't. Benjamin. And let's see. Oh, nice little steal there. A little bit out of control by Jesselson.
You know, sometimes one defensive possession, one great turnover can lead to a new momentum. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. They certainly could use it here. As they bring it up, again with their deliberate pace, may make it a little bit harder to mount a quick comeback. Again, going out of the post for 2 times in a row. Pomper at the top of the key kicks it over to Cohen. To Greenberg for 3. Yes! And that's their first 3 of the game, and they're now picking up man-to-man a little bit closer. Greenberg taking the young Kozowski on, able to stop him on the ball. Wow, Kozowski went at him, bounced off him like off a trampoline. Greenberg dribbling, attacks the lane. Oh, he gets called there for the charge.
But you have to love the aggressiveness of Greenberg right now. That's exactly what they need to come back.
They do, but a little more under control. You get the 3, you get the turnover on defense, the nice stop on defense. You're in transition. You need to make sure to get a good shot. But you are right, at least he's trying to make something happen out there. And Kohelet shifting up on both sides of the ball. They're now playing an aggressive pressing man-to-man defense. But right there, they force the miss, but the rebound picked up by Donnie Berg, the guard.
You know, unfortunately, sometimes the over-aggressive defense can lead to an easy bucket.
Did right there. Nice passing on this time. Benjamini kicks it out. Open 3, doesn't take it. Oh, and he gets called for the block there.
Maimonides is not happy with that call, but Kohelet needed it, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's nice to be able to take a second, and they're going to take advantage with a substitution. Take a second, get yourself a little more under control. We'll see Shmuel Pearl, number 1, check in here. He's considered by the coaches a very cerebral player. Not their biggest or most athletic or best shooter, but a guy who just makes the offense run better.
That's what they need right now. You know, they're a little nervous, they're playing a little sloppy. It's important to get guys who feel comfortable, confident, a sense of confidence on the court back into the game.
Not able to hit either of them, though. Kohelet's going to need to be able to hit those free throws when the clock is standing still. And Maimo's shifting up their offense in response to the man-to-man defense. They are going right at Weiss. Pomper with the ball drives against that man-to-man defense, not able to finish there. And the man-to-man defense so far early producing a little bit results, a few mistakes from Maimo, but matches with a mistake of their own. Pomper trying to get his way past Esses, who's a good defender. Ooh, nice tip. They get it to Weiss down low. Here comes the double. Weiss kicks it out, open look. Doesn't take it as Berg kicks it right back down to Kramer, who gets doubled. Right back to Kramer. He wasn't expecting that one.
And there's that aggressive zone defense that's going to translate into turnovers.
Absolutely. And nice pass over. Ooh. A little bit too much to the right from Pearl. He was open. He found the open space, just not able to finish. They get it to Weiss, and that aggressive man defense there by Kozowski results in a foul call.
Nathan, what do you think Maimo's doing well right now?
I'm sorry, that's Benjamini. I think Maimo is, they're going to have to maintain their poise as they adjust to this. They did shift up their offense pretty well, impressed with the poise of these high schoolers and ability to how they're going to approach an aggressive man-to-man defense when Kohelet has been playing that 3-2 zone all day long.
How has Josh Weiss answered the call so far?
Well, he's clearly the best player on the court. And that one, though, finished by Jake Kozowski. Nice job by him. We haven't said his name much tonight. He's a gritty guy. He's a physical, tough player, good defender. And again, going to the post to Benjamini. And again, bounces off. They need one to go. And now Maimo in transition, and that will be called a block.
It was a nice thought on defense that you want to try to create the offensive foul. Unfortunately, poorly executed.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's 24-9 here. Maimo and Kohelet just trying to keep this one from getting out of control. Thanks to Sammy's Bagels for providing bagels and all-around morale for this game. Dougie's as well, and Chopsticks, the Teaneck Doghouse, a bunch of food providers.
Kozowski going for his second shot after missing his first.
I don't think anybody's hit a free throw yet. It's 0 for 4 from both teams. Trying to dribble against an aggressive press, and then Maimo backs off to their man-to-man defense.
Let's see whether they could pull it within 10 here, Kohelet.
Oh, and a nice little drive there, but a little bit wild shot there by Ian Schwartz, the point guard. Maybe trying to do too much.
But he's their guy that's going to have to step up, Nathan.
Absolutely. Open three from the corner from Berg. No good, but rebound goes Maimo's way. Weiss rips it down, throws it back up, doesn't finish.
And it's a man amongst boys over there, Nathan.
Jesselson with the finish there. Nice. And okay, open look there but no finish.
Bad pass there. Kohelet gets the ball back. Let's see whether they can just get a couple buckets in, get the momentum shift in the other direction before halftime.
Okay, Maimo throwing it back in. Ooh, and that pass a little too strong.
No, they've taken a lot of good shots so far, Kohelet. Unfortunately for them, they just haven't fallen. And it's going to be difficult to adjust here because of the length of Maimo.
Absolutely, and that length, they've imposed their will. That's created tougher shots. It's created deflections and turnovers. And then from there, it forces a little frustration and bad decisions. Maimo looks like they may be holding for the last shot here. Shot clock and game clock not far off. Open look here for Pumper, and he buries it with the clock running out. And it's right now, Maimo's up 29-9. We'll hear from Alec and the Maimo coach, Ed Gelb.
After the first quarter, you stressed your team to secure and move the ball, and which led to the second quarter big lead. What flaws do you have to clean up in the second half in order for you guys to maintain it?
Well, I think we played a pretty good first half. I think everybody's nervous at the beginning of a tournament like this. We turned the ball over, but right now we just need to keep defending the key and limiting them to one shot. Right now we have to be pretty happy how we're playing, but we got to keep our intensity up.
Great, thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Alec. Good point. But if they keep up their intensity, it'll be a long night for Kohelet. Kohelet has not found a way. They may have matched the intensity, but they haven't matched the skill. And come back to us after this Step It Up halftime show. This should be an exciting...
Step It Up is not your typical basketball camp. As a founder and camp director, I take great pride that over the last 5 years, we've produced athletes that are now playing in college, athletes that are now playing overseas in professional leagues. Our sleepaway camp is located at Colby Sawyer College in New Hampshire, rolling greens overlooking the mountains. At Step It Up, as we're unconventional, we are not scared to push our players. We take your minds and bodies to places you never imagined going. We produce unbelievable results. You will get better here. You will get better as a person. you will get better as a player. That's the Step It Up way. As much as Step It Up is an intense basketball training camp, and it is, we have a great off-the-court curriculum designed. Your sons can be involved in everything from SAT prep, reading, math, and English tutoring. If he has a bar mitzvah coming up in the fall or winter, we have bar mitzvah lessons with our camp rabbi. We have more speed training, pool workouts, football, soccer, ping pong. It's a great balance between our intense on-the-court curriculum that they get a couple hours each day to relax.
For me, having just finished a 4-year college basketball career and looking to expand my career overseas as a professional basketball player, the Step It Up environment is absolutely perfect.
At Step It Up, we demand excellence, and we are very hard on each and every camper. We give each and every camper special attention because they need it, and we know they need it in order to grow.
We all have the same goal. We all want to help these kids succeed.
What happens here is magic. You want to be a part of this. When we train, we are second to none. Step It Up was founded on the premise that the game is overplayed and undertaught. It is a skill development basketball camp for the serious athlete who's ready to devote his summer to transforming his game. When I designed this camp, my vision and my dream was to attract serious basketball players from all over the world. You're welcome here. We will develop you.
Welcome back to the first day of the Jewish March Madness, and it's been an interesting one so far. Both teams coming out and competing. Right now, Maimo controlling both sides of the court. We're thank you for Step It Up for helping to sponsor this tournament, this chance for Jews to come all over. That's the same they do for summer camp. They're sleepaway camp for modern Orthodox kids. They're located in New Hampshire at a private university. About a 4-hour bus ride away from New York and New Jersey area. They have close to 50 former and current campers competing. About 30% of the players in this tournament have been at that camp. And so thanks for helping to bring all those players back together here at this tournament.
Absolutely, Nathan.
You know, it's a great tournament to have, a great chance for different Jewish teams from all over the country to have a chance to compete who might not otherwise.
Yeah, you get to see a style from Boston, a style from Philly collide here today.
Absolutely. It's a little bit nice for these teams also to be able to come have this nice weekend. So far, Kohelet, if they're going to have a better weekend, what do you think they need to do to adjust?
I think number one, they've got to make it more difficult for Josh Weiss, on the offensive side. He's gotten it too easy. He's received the ball too easy. He's been scoring too easily, and he's dishing it too easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Great
Coach,
point, Shelley. We'll send it to
we noticed in the middle of the second quarter after the timeout, you guys were looking to utilize the 3-ball. You noticed that the defense was a little bit, from Maimo was clogging in the middle. How important is it when you notice we got Greenberg at a 3 from the top of the key? How crucial is it to start off third with that 3-ball?
Yeah, no, they're doing a good job of controlling the paint with their help side defense. Our shooters just need to be ready at the 3-point line. It's a little confusing. Our guys are hanging out behind the college 3-point line, so they need to make the adjustments and be ready to shoot. And if we can knock some down, I think we're in the game. We got to play a little better defense. First quarter was great. We held 10 points, but 19 points the second quarter. Guys just got a little winded.
Speaking of the defense, you guys brought out that full court press for a few plays, switched back to more of a pressure half-court man-to-man. What should we be expecting more in the second half? More of a switch?
Well, I think the man-to-man worked pretty well. The biggest thing with them is they like to push the ball on every play. So, we're a little short-staffed. We got a couple injuries, so we only got 8 guys here right now. and guys are tired, so we got to do a better job of getting back in transition defense, and if we can limit that, I think we've done a good job against them in the half court.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks. Welcome back. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Come back right with us for the second half of my Welcome back here to the beginning of the second half of Maimo Kohelet. And right now, it's been Maimo 29-9, and I think that's because they've owned the paint on both sides of the court. Their length is, they're not going to allow Kohelet to score inside. They're trying to force them to be able, if they give anything, they're going to shoot outside.
You know, Maimo's been smothering them, again, in the paint on both defense and on offensive rebounds. One of the things we talked about for Kohelet was the ability to try to get some offensive rebounds. But it's been just the opposite with Maimo getting those offensive rebounds.
And Maimo saw Kohelet break out that press a little bit. And I don't know if they realize how short-staffed the Kohelet Kings are. And they were getting ready a little bit with some of the tactical maneuvers on how to address it. They themselves have played a lot of press in previous years, so it won't be alien to them.
And just rimming out there again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough game so far for Ian Schwartz and his Kings. Pomper now slowing it down. And they move it around. Kohelet's not really pressing the action. They're going back to their zone.
Are they going to count that, Nathan?
Let's see right here.
No. Foul from the outside. They're going to inbound it here.
Yeah, and it'll stay Maimo's way. Charlie Kramer attacking to the basket. Exactly what the MCats want right there. He's been very good scoring off baseline. That's the first time he's come from direct off the post. Nice play off the inbound. Ooh, good cut there. Ooh!
Josh Cohen going down.
No, that's actually Donnie Berg. Donnie Berg. Oh, yeah, you're right. Josh Cohen takes a shot there. Benjamini inbounds it. The long jumper, a little too long.
He's the guy you want with the basketball right now. Schwartz is the guy that's going to need to step up here in the second half.
Absolutely. And I'd see once Kramer's handling the ball, maybe you press him there. He's their net 5. He's the guy you probably don't want handling the ball if you're Maimo. Absolutely, and Pomper is the guy you want handling. Nice cut there to finish. Alec, let's hear from you what you're hearing from the sideline. Don't have Alec right now. Josh Cohen at the top of the key just took a shot there early in the last possession, now swinging it back around. Ooh, a little bit physical play there from Levy Nicknam, the center. He goes down.
A little frustration there you're sensing. Look, it's over a 20-point game at this point. They have to respond somehow, whether it's with an exciting play, a really strong defensive performance.
Good point. Now they're bringing it down here. Pomper again. They're going to play. If Kohelet lets Maimo, they're going to play it slow. They're up 24 points. They're not worried about letting this clock chew down. Once they get in the half court, nice aggressive defense there by Nathan Greenberg. Good, active, strong hands on the ball. Let's hear from Alec now. I think we've got him now on the sideline with a quick report.
During halftime, I talked to the Maimo coach about his platoon system and why he shied away from this year. He simply answered that they just don't have the personnel for it. One of their main guys, Waynestock, he's injured this year. So with the lack of players, he just doesn't have the confidence in his younger guys to run it anymore.
Absolutely, and they've run it. They became famous for it. They only ran that Grinnell-based system for 2 years. They made quite the splash this year going back with the personnel they have. They don't have the guards for it. It's a couple of injuries. But they do have some nice personnel, and Eitan Pomper showing, though, why they're, as a freshman, Maimo is so high on him.
Yeah, you know, they lost 7 seniors last year, but the freshmen, the young guys are stepping up on day one of this tournament, Nathan.
Absolutely. They got a couple of diaper dandies, as Dickie V would say out there. In Pomper, they throw out Judah Kozowski. And first free throw hit of the game. And again, send all of your comments and thoughts to feedback@maxlive.com, the Clip Keepa inbox. Ooh, that one, again, you know, they're pressing a little bit, trying to get the ball inside against that length, and it's hard. It's been slow going and rough riding for Kohelet today doing that. And a bit of a defensive mix-up leads to an open three, but a miss.
As we just said, Kohelet talked about getting defensive rebounds. Well, just the opposite happened there.
Yeah, Jake Kozowski missed the three, but Josh Weiss right there to pick up the offensive rebound and the easy two. Attacking the rim, tough shot, and rims out. Ooh, nice aggressive defense there by Joey Benjamini.
The rim seems very tight for the Kohelet offense right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the day, some of the old NBA teams on their home court would tighten up the rim against good shooting teams. I don't think that's happened here today, but it may feel like that if you're from Philly.
Absolutely, Nathan. Great point.
Pushing it down is Ian Schwartz. On a long three, goes off the backboard, off the rim, and Charlie Kramer skies for that rebound. 42-9, Kohelet's felt like an awful long time since they've scored, and a defensive lapse there is Weiss, their best player, able to get to the rim. That's not what you want.
That's elite athleticism right there from Josh Weiss.
And Josh Friedman, the coach, will call a timeout. He wants to talk it over. He's okay with some of the loss of, the toughness, the Maimo length, but he's not okay with the breakdown in defensive communication there. Yeah, so, Shelly, I don't know. I think it's been right early on, Kohelet was able to compete effectively. It kept it 10-6. Since then, it's 42-9. Well, it's listed, they're taking that one off. 42-9. It's a 32-3 run.
Yeah, you have to wonder what happened. You think it's a little nervousness that's gotten them to play this way? Do you think they're exhausted?
Well, Kohelet they did not have a great record this year. They were 4-12 overall, but they played against some very difficult competition. Mikhail Jones, a 6'8 forward who's a freshman who's already been offered a scholarship by Penn State and may be committed, although you know what that means if you follow college recruiting. But they played against some very loaded talent that made it hard to really gauge how good they were. And right now, Maimo has turned on the gas and shown Maimo may be a little underrated coming into this year. They've got some freshman talent, Eitan Pomper at point guard, some young guys, and they may be putting it together. They may be able to really make a run here this tournament.
Yeah, we opened up the show talking about a tale of two seasons for Kohelet. Starting to win the last games right before this tournament in the last few weeks. It seems like they're reverting back to old ways, Nathan.
Absolutely, and the coaches did mention they hadn't had much practice time recently. They were worried to see how that might impact it. We see how it's impacted so far, as we see another Kohelet turnover.
Well, no matter what Allen Iverson says, practice is important.
Great point there, Shelly. We're talking about practice. But these kids have a heavy load, as many of you know watching at home. But a nice turnover there. I love the defensive energy. Nathan Greenberg, the big guard, pushing it down court, and he draws the foul.
Boy, is he a fighter, Nathan. I love watching him play.
Yeah, he brings a certain intensity and physicality to this Kohelet bunch. But it's length, which it looks like they need now. Length and just some shots to fall their way. Okay, Greenberg has it, gives it back up to Schwartz. Nice little quick pass there to Benjamini in the post. They've gone with that a lot more since that first half timeout. Ooh, Greenberg catches the front end of the rim on that one.
You can't argue with some of the shots they're taking. They just haven't fallen so far.
Absolutely. And some of that may be practice. You lose your shooting eye if you don't shoot for a couple days, unless you're really one of those naturals. Ooh, nice rejection there by the point guard, Ian Schwartz, but he's called for the foul. Still, you'll love the defensive energy. And with both sides not shooting free throws all that well today, not a bad move. It'll be interesting to see, both teams dealing a little bit with injuries. It'll be interesting to see how they play the rest of the tournament with a shorter bench. But for Maimo, you're definitely happy to see that early lead. It means you don't have to press quite as much.
Nathan, what do you expect from Maimo the rest of the game?
Well, I think, look, they're not trying to pour it on. There's a collegial bunch. Ed Gelb coached Friedman. They know each other. There's a respectful relationship. I don't think they're going to try to pour it on, but they are going to want to have them get their reps. You may see some younger guys come in there. I expect to see Judah Kozowski, the young, small but effective freshman, to come back out. Let's see who else they've got. A long three there at the end of the shot clock from Schmoolpool. Yes! Judah Esses with a big shot there.
While it's still, a big gap in score, that kind of shot could make a great difference.
Absolutely. Some of this for Kohelet is coming out with a good feeling. Josh Weiss crashing the boards hard. Kohelet looks a little worn.
Well, what do you think Maimo could improve upon? They've had a great game so far today, but looking forward, what do you think they can improve upon?
Well, nice shot there by Nathan Greenberg in the middle. Now we're seeing a nice little run here by Kohelet after scoring only 3 points at midway through the first half with a quick 5 here in the last couple possessions. And a foul there, a little aggressiveness. Still not bad to see.
Benjamini making a nice play there. Again, it was called a foul, but that's the style of play you need to have the rest of the game going forward.
Absolutely, and we do see young Judah Kozowski come back out there, a fellow diaper dandy along with Eitan Pomper.
He's a fearless little guy, that's for sure, Nathan.
Absolutely, always have a soft spot for those guys. And Maimo moving it around. They're not looking to pour it on, but they do want to play their offense. Nice steal here by Ian Schwartz. Dribbling in transition, trying to draw the foul. Ooh, maybe tried a little too hard. That ball sat on the front rim. Oh, nice job dribbling away from pressure. He looked like he could have been trapped. It was Adam Green. Bench guy doesn't play a lot. Played well there, maybe earning some minutes. Kohelet with another transition time. Nice play there by Judah Esses. 46-16 here. Maimo up 30, but now they're playing for the future of this tournament. Thanks again to some of our sponsors. We've got YU High School for Boards and Yeshiva Admissions at Yeshiva University. We've got Matt Schwartz right here watching the game from the Office of Admissions. Center for the Jewish Future, Office of Athletics, offer of undergraduate housing and resident life, and the Office of the President. Thanks, Richard Joel and Art Berman, everybody else from YU for sponsoring this wonderful tournament and all the hard work from the students and administrators in putting this tournament together. Nice aggressive defense there, force the ball away. They're battling for it, and it's picked up by Kohelet. You're seeing some of the physical intensity. I like that. Nobody's quitting here. Teams are still trying to steal the ball from backcourt, playing hard, stopping the ball. I like to see that here.
As Coach Elliott said before the game, one thing you can't argue about these guys is their heart.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's Maimo showing some heart in transition. And a layup there for Eitan Jesselson. He doesn't start, but he's a regular for him. And a nice, easy lay-in there with 40 seconds left in the third. Ian Schwartz at the top of the key kicks it back out. And a swarm of those white jerseys. You can see they're all within a cluster before at least of the basket. Now they step back out. But when that ball goes to the basket, all 5 white jerseys converge.
Absolutely. Great move by Benjamini. Getting the foul call there, getting 2 shots going to the line.
Yeah, and you like to see the way they've been playing. Look, it was 42-9, and it's been an 8-7 run since then for Maimo. You talked about the tale of 2 seasons at the beginning of the game. Sort of the tale of 2 games within the game. It was 10-6 early. It's 8-8 now with 1 free throw pending. In between, a little bit of a rout.
Absolutely. In this end of the second half of the third quarter, they've really stepped up their level of play. The coach has to be happy looking forward.
Absolutely. And a nice shot there, Benjamini. And it's 50-18. Kohelet, they're playing aggressive man-to-man, but not necessarily as aggressive as they could because, as the coach mentioned in the interview, they don't have a ton of depth. And he may have walked there. He did. Called for steps. Danny Saluki, he does get some minutes, but it's good for him to get some exposure here. 5 seconds left for Kohelet. And a whistle blown there. See what the call is. They will, well, it's called Delone. Clear yet. And it looks like
Ball seems to be staying the same way here.
Yeah, and let's see if Kohelet's able to do anything with 3.2 seconds left. I don't think Maimo's looking to foul to stop them from being able to score just because they have team fouls left, up 32. Ooh, a long three there for Esses, no good. And right now it's 50-18 with the fourth quarter looming. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.
This Max Live presentation of the Red Sarachek Tournament is sponsored by Yeshiva University's Office of Undergraduate Admissions, the Office of the President, and the Center for the Jewish Future. Yeshiva University, nowhere but here. This Max Live presentation.
Versus Kohelet, Jewish March Madness. And the score may not be resonant of it, but the music certainly is. And the energy is as well.
Absolutely, Kohelet hasn't gone away at one bit. You see it in Nathan Greenberg's face.
Absolutely, and the whole team really. I like the way Judah Esses has responded. He's been aggressive, he hit a three, attacked the lane, drew a foul. And one of the Kozowski brothers, Judah, with the ball here, kicking it out to Noah Mamain. And a young bunch out here for Maimo. They're not looking to pour it on. They're not trying to run for score. No Jimmy Johnson's here. Nice pass, though, but he traveled. Still, you like the ball movement there by Maimo's youngsters. They have a lot of young guys on this team, both in the starting lineup and on the bench. Will be interesting to see them not just this tournament, but in future years.
Absolutely. Head coach Gelb, again, changing the offense this year to a more traditional style for his personnel, and you see it paying off here.
Open look. Yes! Judah Esses is on fire. Oh, nice steal there. Great job by Kohelet. Josh Cohen pulls up. Ooh, and that one rims out. That's been the story of Kohelet's day. Now he looks at the three, thinks about it, doesn't go for it. They were letting him take that one. He throws a cross-court pass. Gives it back. Esses has it. He's got an open look. I wouldn't leave him open if I was Maimo. Misses that one. Nice aggressive play. Kohelet tries to get that rebound. Cohen now will take the three. I wonder how much that rim being all up there distracts them a little bit. But you got to get past it. You got to get past all the noise, all the surrounding, whoever's walking by the court, people yelling at you. That's part of the advantage of the Sarachek tournament.
You got to like the fact they got 2 offensive rebounds there. They got 3 shots at getting that 3 in. Now, granted, they didn't get it, but that's the style of play you like.
Yeah, and here they're aggressive defense again, trying to force some turnovers. 50-21 if you're just tuning in, but it's been a nice little run by Kohelet since it was 42-9. Ooh, an aggressive play there, and that will good play. That aggressive play leads to good things.
Benjamini hasn't let up one bit today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they've tried all sorts of different things. After early, they were struggling with it. They tried moving Benjamini, their small forward, to the post. Didn't, to try to get something going. Hasn't really worked for them. But they're going with their traditional motion offense that they've installed this year. And it's been slow going for them. They've improved. They've been better shooters, but it's been a little bit slow going. Now another chance. Cohen has it on the perimeter, cuts in, gives a jumper that's too strong from Levy Nicknam. They're big guys. Not really where they want him shooting, but he felt open there. It's hard to pass those up.
It almost seems like every possession you see a Kohelet guy falling on the floor looking for the ball.
Yeah, love the energy there from Josh Cohen, and you know why he's still on the floor is because he's playing with that energy. And they double the ball handler. Try to force some mistakes. Nice job there, Cohen defending the post. Not a great pass in there, but the Maimo young guys will learn. Esses gives it off to Yoni Bierig.
Beautiful play there. One thing I liked about that, they've been falling a little bit too in love with the three-point shot. Right there, he had the opportunity to shoot a contested three-pointer, instead he went in.
Yeah, you do like that. Ooh, a nice rebound there. Charlie Kramer still on the floor. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's Danny Saluki. He's a big 6 feet listed as, and he played like it there. That's the downside of the press. You end up leaving guys open near the basket sometimes. As Yoni Bierig off the bench draws a foul there. I've liked the aggressive play when he's been on the court.
He has a knack to seem to know how to draw that foul there. That was a veteran move.
Absolutely. So that'll be Kohelet inbound. Nice crisp passing here, and Greenberg attacking the rim just a little too short against that size. Physical play there by Ian Schwartz to get that rebound. Love the energy. Lines up for the three. Again, too short. You know, they're running this offense pretty effectively. They just haven't shot the ball well at all today. Sometimes they've been close, sometimes it hasn't been, but it's rarely gone in.
You know what, though? Sometimes it's just a matter of, a different day, shots will fall. And we'll see that as the tournament continues. We'll see if the shots and their fortune changes.
Absolutely. Great point there, Shelley. Yeah, and just because they missed today doesn't mean they'll miss in the future. They may be a little more tired, but their shots may fall a little bit better as you get more used to the basket. Nice offensive rebound by Saluki, and another basket for him.
You have to be excited if you're a Maimo fan. They got young guys that can put it in too, Nathan.
Absolutely. And I like the energy they're still playing with. And Josh Friedman, the coach, is going to talk it over. 54-23 Maimo Kohelet. Thanks again to some of our sponsors, the LK Data Plumbers. They will plumb your data. Again, Booker Promotions, Cadet Marketing, Clip Keepo, sponsoring the inbox for us, and the food providers, T-Neck Doghouse, Chopstick, Dougie's, Sammy's Bagels. Thanks so much. They're great kosher providers in the area.
Nathan, if you have to pick out an MVP of today's game, what would you say so far?
Well, I'd say it's Josh Weiss. I mean, he was clearly the most important player in the first 3 quarters of this game. He imposed his will on the inside. He had a few turnovers and a few missed shots early, but once he fell into a rhythm, it was all Maimo all day.
Yeah, he's a game changer, as they say. Hard to stop, under control, and a higher basketball IQ.
Absolutely. We'll see how he performs against bigger, more athletic defensive post defenders in future games. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with the way he's played and the way he's settled in. Maimo also has found nice ways of getting him the ball. Eitan Pomper, a freshman, has been very good running this offense. And I've also been impressed by the energy Kohelet has shown throughout. 4:09, Greenberg lines up for the three. Another short shot, another one that's short. And Kozowski, he's 5 feet, maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, but dribbles right through this defense. A turnover there. Good aggressive physical play by Greenberg. Knocks the ball, but right to Maimo. Adam Green off the bench with the finish.
I love watching Greenberg play. He's just all over. Great effort again there to no avail.
Yeah. Greenberg cutting into the lane. Ooh. Came back off the pivot, swings it back out, and they'll take a fresh look at it with 3.5. Ooh, nice play. Attacking the rim there was Cohen. Gets it out again. Again, they've got open looks outside, but since they've struggled so much, they don't have the confidence to take them. Oh, nice pass there. But Noah was not able to corral that one in time to put that in, so Maimo will reset their offense. 3:10 to play. Kozowski with the ball, attacking over the middle. Whoa! Nice physical foul there. Maybe a little frustration. He's an emotional player, and that's making a difference.
But Cohen gives him a hand there, showing the good sportsmanship.
And thanks so much for all of our sponsors and also all of the staff here who've worked so hard to put this game together. Sideline reporters Alex Salutsky and Josh Kazovitz. Great job on the interviews there and insights through the game. Our cameras, great work by Moshe Lanil, Natan Beanstalk, Justin Safir. Thanks Oren Glickman, Sammy Beckerman, and Avi Bronner for manning the scoreboard, and Avi Matenki, the Tank, Shimi Nabozny, and Simi Warso for helping to produce this game. Avi Seberg actually is also producing. Thanks so much. And another failed possession for Kohelet, but still like the energy. They're moving the ball. They're still learning that motion offense. It takes years to master, They haven't mastered it, but maybe they will. But nice steal there. Ian Schwartz, control in transition. This one he finishes. Last one he struggled a little bit, trying a little too much for the three-point play. This time gets the 2.
I think it's important for these guys to see the basket go in. Ball go into the basket for future games.
Absolutely, and remember, it was 42-9. They've made a 16-14 run. If you recount the game since then, they're winning. But obviously that's not the way it goes, but it's a good energy for them against the Maimo bench. Kozowski lined up for the 3, a little too short. Greenberg with a nice little swing move, nifty. Nuts on Greenberg, making him feel him.
And there's the little Charles Barkley that you spoke about earlier, Nathan.
Yeah, surprising athleticism for the big man, and there a nice steal. Nathan Greenberg taking this one over, attacking. Goes up for it, yes! Nathan Greenberg posing as well. And a nice little run here by Kohelet.
You can't stop him, you could only hope to contain him, Nathan.
Yeah, he's a tank right there driving through that lane. Maimo facing off against aggressive defense. They're moving the ball pretty crisply on this possession. Throw it across court. They have an open look. They'll pass it up. Oh, but a lazy pass there. Cohen shoots it ahead to Ian Schwartz, but that's a little too strong. I don't know. I think you want to make sure Schwartz gets that, give him a chance to go on Judah Kozowski one-on-one. I don't know if he'd be able to stop. Nice move by Kozowski, dribbling around for the 3. It's Maimo, Donnie Berg, yes!
Looking forward, Nathan, what does Maimo have to do to get where it wants to go?
Well, I think, first of all, they're going to have to play. There's been a little sloppiness there. There's a sloppiness by Kohelet. A little sloppiness early. They're not going to have the same reign to do that against some of the better teams. But, and they will also need to make sure to get a little more polished in some of their shots. But overall, I like the way they've been handling. I like the way the bench has played here late. Love the way Josh Weiss imposed as well early. And that'll be important for them to continue. What do you think about Kohelet, Shelley?
I think one important lesson that Kohelet can take from this game is don't settle for the three-point shot early. Shots don't always fall. Drive, draw fouls. Play the way you've been playing the last 10 minutes of this game.
Absolutely. And Kohelet thought they might be able to stop Weiss, forcing him to go left, collapsing more. They weren't able to do that in there right now. Adam Green with a 3 there. It's 62-29. And we're going to go 62-29 the final. We're going to go to commercial right here. Come back for our post-game interviews. Welcome back here to the post-game of Maimo versus Kohelet. And for most of the game, well, in early battle, it was all Maimo all the time for most of the game. Josh, as MVP of this game, early on, Kohelet was able to force a couple turnovers, and then for most of the second and third quarter, you imposed your will.
Yeah, I think we really slowed down the game, and at the end, we swung the ball, got some open shots for him, and he knocked them down. You have anything to say?
It was a good team effort, good win.
Okay, here, take.
What do you guys think you need to do moving forward to get where you want to go?
Well, obviously we know the next opponent's not going to be as easy, so we're just got to play a more rounded game, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Play smart.
Play smart with your teammates, pass the ball, swing the ball, hit shots. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Any last reflections from this game?
It's a good win.
It's a good win, but yeah, we know our opponent's going to be harder in the next game, so we're going to have to play a little better.
Well, wonderful effort today, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Great job, Josh and Eitan. As they said, good win for Maimo, but they have more to accomplish. Well, all right, and from this game, Maimo over Kohelet, a dominant win. We'll be right back. Don't miss, we've got a full day of tournaments here at the Sarachek tournament.
My name is Daniel Tamir.